Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip. With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing the push in the neighborhood, surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Human Testing, take your second right past Mars on the magic school bus. Alligator nostril, climb on the magic school bus. Spank a plankton too, on our magic school bus. Drop the river of lava on the magic school bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your bums right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wild ride. Come on, ride on the magic school bus.
Good morning, class. What a ride! But so, what's new? Listen, with the frizz around, things happen that couldn't happen in a million years. Like that. Not. But I'm sure you can tell the difference between what's real and what's not. So, click around and see what happens. And if you need help, click on me, Liz. That's what I'm here for. Well, everybody ready?
Saturn at a glance. Saturn is the second largest planet and the sixth planet from the Sun. The coolest thing about Saturn is its rings, made up of millions of chunks of ice and rock. Saturn has the most moons of any planet, at least 18. It looks like Saturn has just one flat ring that you could skateboard around. But actually, it has several separate rings and thousands of ringlets close together. They're made out of ice particles or boulders, some as big as the school bus. Saturn is mostly gas and not very dense. In fact, Saturn would float on water. The truth is, no one can land on Saturn.
Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, about 1.5 times the size of all the other planets put together, and it has at least 16 moons. According to my research, Voyager spacecraft also discovered faint rings made of dust. I think Jupiter is the most impressive of the 4 gas giants. The red spot on Jupiter is actually a huge storm that moves across the planet. This giant hurricane is as big as 3 Earths. The red spot on Jupiter is actually one of Jupiter's largest moons, Io, is the only moon in the solar system known to have active volcanoes. I want to go to Io to see some of these volcanoes. I want to visit Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons, Ganymede, Io, Europa, and Callisto. They are called the Galilean moons because they were discovered by Galileo a long time ago.
Mars has humongous volcanoes, which would cover parts of Washington, Southern California, and Nevada if they were on Earth. The Viking spaceships landed on Mars and took pictures of the surface. This was the very first time a spacecraft had landed on a planet. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun, and the next one out from Earth. I want to see Phobos and Demons. They're the two little potato-shaped moons, named for fear and panic. I want to go to Mars to see if there really are any Martians. I've seen movies about little green men, but Miss Frizzle says in science fiction, all that stuff is just made up. Mars has the longest canyon in the whole solar system. It is called the Valles Marineris. It looks like a long scar and would cover a big part of America. Mars used to have lots of rivers and atmosphere, but now the rivers are just dry canyons and riverbeds. And the Martian atmosphere was lost millions of years ago.
Venus is the closest planet to the Earth and is almost the same size. Venus is so beautiful. It was named for the Roman goddess of beauty. Venus is the only planet named after a woman. Scientists used to call Venus Earth's twin, but it's nothing like Earth. For one thing, it's very, very hot all the time. Hot enough to burn cookies and even melt lead. It would be fun to see a block of lead turn into a little puddle. Venus is very hot because the atmosphere keeps the heat in. This is called the greenhouse effect. One reason I wouldn't want to go to Venus is that the yellow clouds would burn my nose. The atmosphere is made up almost entirely of sulfuric acid.
Mercury is the second smallest planet. If the sun were the size of a basketball, Mercury would be no bigger than a tip of a ballpoint pen. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Mercury has lots of craters. That's because it has almost no atmosphere to burn up the meteors before they crash. And because there's no weather to rub away the surface and make them disappear like there is on Earth. I like to stand in the right place on Mercury to see the sun rise and set twice in one day. You couldn't have much of a party on Mercury. If you cut a ball out of Mercury's atmosphere 4 miles in diameter, there would barely be enough helium to fill a balloon. I'd get a lot more birthdays on Mercury. 4 every year. That's one every 88 days, the time it takes Mercury to circle the sun. The moon orbits the Earth and looks like the biggest thing in the sky because it is the closest. The moon seems to change shape because we see different parts of the moon's lighted side as it moves around the Earth. The moon is the only place besides Earth that people have visited. At my old school, my teacher said people could live on the moon if we brought our own water, food, air, and shelter. Maybe we could even plant a flower. The moon is made out of rock and is covered with craters. The oldest moon rocks show that the moon is about the same age as the rest of the solar system.
I was strolling on the moon one day in the merry, merry month of December. Now, May's the month. May, that's right. May is the year of the month. No, dadgummit.
Jack Schmidt, having a few problems.
That's beautiful. This has got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you. 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector grid. Ag thought.
I'd like to leave my footprints on the moon. They'd be there for billions of years in the dust called regolith, because there's no wind to disturb them.
Neptune is named for the Roman god of the seas. The Great Dark Spot is a hurricane that circles Neptune. The spot is as big as our whole Earth. In 1994, it disappeared, but it might come back again, like storms usually do. I wish I'd been on Voyager 2. It wasn't supposed to last for more than 5 years, but it's gone all the way to Neptune in 12 years, and it's still out there somewhere. Voyager 2 took pictures of Neptune and its moon Triton, the moon that rotates backward. Triton is one of Neptune's moons. It has geysers that shoot out liquid nitrogen.
Uranus is tilted so much that it looks like it's rolling along its orbit. Uranus has at least 15 moons, like Oberon, Titania, Umbriel, Ariel, and Miranda. Miranda looks weird, as if it had been broken apart and put back together again. Uranus is blue like Neptune, but without the spot. The rings around Uranus are a dark gray color. They appear to surround the planet, rather than make a line across the middle like the rings of Saturn. That's because of the way the planet is tilted in its path around the sun. I'd like to visit Uranus because summer lasts 21 years. Too bad Uranus doesn't have any beaches.
Earth at a glance. Earth looks similar to another moon from our moon. The gravitational pull of the moon helps cause the tides. The Earth is the best planet in the solar system because people and plants can live there. The Earth spins on its axis every 24 hours. That's what makes our days. When the side we're on tilts toward the sun, it's daytime. When it turns away from the sun, it's nighttime.
The solar system at a glance. Comets are balls of ice, gas, and dust, like dirty snowballs streaking through space. Meteoroids are probably small pieces of asteroids. Asteroids are chunks of rock, metal, and ice. They can be smaller than a grain of sand or many miles across. The asteroid belt is an area between the inner and outer planets where thousands of asteroids circle the sun. Though it seems like it would be hard to fly through it without running into one, it's actually quite easy since the asteroids are usually hundreds of thousands of miles apart. Without the sun, there would be no life on Earth. No clouds or no rain either. Without the sun, Earth would be extremely dark. The solar system is our planetary neighborhood and is part of the Milky Way galaxy. The solar system is the sun and everything that orbits around it, including our 9 planets, their moons, the asteroids, and comets. Gravity keeps the planets in their orbits around the sun. The sun is just one of trillions and trillions of other stars in the universe. And it's not even the biggest. It only looks big from Earth because it's so close.
How did the sun get to be the biggest thing in the solar system? Well, it always wanted to be somebody. Thank you very much, folks. See ya.
Scientists don't even know for sure what Pluto looks like, but they know Pluto and its moon Charon are about the same size.
Where do you look in the newspaper when a planet dies? The obituary. Get it? Orbit, planet, orbit? Yeah.
Hey, what do you get if you spell Pluto backwards? Utpla! Kidding. Of course, you get an F on your spelling test, kids.
Where do you look in the newspaper when a planet dies? The obituary.
Pluto is usually the 9th planet from the sun, but sometimes it's the 8th when its orbit crosses Neptune's orbit. Pluto is so far away that the sun would look like a star from there. I'd like to be the first person to go to Pluto. It's the only planet that no spacecraft from Earth has ever visited. Pluto is at the outside edge of our solar system, the last planet before the stars. Pluto and its moon Charon are geosynchronous. That means Charon orbits at the same speed that Pluto spins.
Hello there and welcome to MSB TV. As a producer on this project, I just want one thing to be very clearly understood. Do not attempt this trip on your own school bus! Well then, to find out why, just tune in to any of our 3 stations. Attaching rockets to your school bus will upset your teacher, the school principal, and your parents. Besides, it won't get you into orbit anyway. An ordinary bus cannot travel in outer space, and you can only become an astronaut with years of special training. Even if you could land on a planet with a school bus, you would not see things like Elvis flying by Pluto or Jupiter's moons dancing the conga. I mean, these things really don't happen. Except when Ms. Frizzle's around. Space travel could make you miss dinner with your family for the rest of your childhood. Even if a school bus could go to outer space, it could never travel through the entire solar system in one day. It would take years for the Voyager space probes to do that. On the other hand, if a red-haired teacher in a weird dress shows up at your school, start packing.
He ate my lunch! He ate my lunch! Hi-ya!
Here's my permission slip. Whoa!
Prepare for blast-off! Prepare for blast-off!
Aren't you guys ready yet?
Click around. There's plenty to see. See those reports on the wall? If you want to choose one, just click on it. Click on the bus and you're out of here. Zoom! Straight into outer space. If you want to quit playing, just click on the school bell.
Where are we going anyway? To the planetarium.
Couldn't we watch a film strip instead?
Okay, boss, do your stuff.
This bus just grew wings!
Oh, amazing! This isn't the planetarium.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, where's the phrase? What'll we do? What'll we do? What'll we do?
Wahoo! It's beautiful out here. Come and find me. Just play the games on the planets and moons and win tokens. With each token you find, I'll give you a clue. But you only get 3. If you think you figured out where I am, use the Frizz Finder to call me. If it's closed, use another token to open it. See you soon on some planet or moon.
You can't walk in space. Use the planet picker to choose a destination first.
Here I am, all alone on Pluto, the last planet in the solar system. Nothing but empty space, all the way to the next star.
Why, Arnold, you look all shook up.
This is the Pluto Loop science experiment. An object has to go at just the right speed and angle to stay in orbit. See if you can send the bus into a perfect circular orbit. Click on the ramp to choose the angle, and on the flame to choose the speed. Then click on the bus to send it into orbit. Hasta la vista. See what happens when you click around.
Here I am, all alone on Pluto. The last...
Due to the ongoing space station construction. Oh, and you'll love this one. Some yokel has left their stalled spacecraft right in the middle of downtown Venus, and that'll be about a 4-year delay for you interplanetary travelers. That's Traffic After the Light Year, sponsored by Medicated Launch.
Click on the planet picker or the steering wheel to choose the planet you want to visit. Want to see a report? Choose one by clicking on the monitor buttons. Then just click on a picture to see a report. To call the ever-loving Ms. Frizzle, just click on the Frizz Finder. To get out of the bus when it lands somewhere, click on the door. You're out of there. Already got...
Boy, are we a long way from home.
Yeah, according to my research, if we'd gone the speed limit, it would have taken our bus 5,327 years to reach Neptune.
And that's without a single bathroom break.
Ooh, rocks from Triton, Neptune's biggest moon. I've got to have some. Why didn't anybody tell me about the ice volcanoes?
Look at that great dark spot.
It's not that big.
Are you kidding? That spot's 6,000 miles long. It's a giant storm that moves as fast as 700 miles per hour.
What do you mean? It's only ketchup from lunch.
Look at that great dark spot.
It's not that...
Look at that great...
These ridges on Triton look really strange, don't they?
Yeah, this whole moon looks like a big cantaloupe.
Oh, Triton, if we can't elope, let us marry. We'd make a peach of a pair.
This is the planet cut and slice science experiment. Cut the planets in half to see what scientists think is in the middle of each one. Click on a planet, then snip, snip, cut it in half by...
Crust. Rocky core. Ice. Gases. Liquid gases. Rocky core. Gases. Liquid gases. Rocky core. Gases. Liquid gases. Liquid metal. Rocky core. Gases. Liquid gases. Liquid metal. Rocky core. Crust. Liquid mantle. Liquid core. Crust. Liquid mantle. Liquid core. Crust. Liquid mantle. Liquid core. Crust. Rocky mantle. Liquid core.
Know why we're sideways?
No, but we're gonna hear anyway.
Well, according to my research, Uranus and its moons are unique. They rotate on their sides, not like Earth and all the other planets. Look!
Miranda has the weirdest surface of any moon. It looks like this.
This is what Miranda looks like. Oh, I thought you meant Carmen Miranda. Summer on Uranus can last 21 years. Just think, if you were born at the beginning of summer, you'd never have to go to school. An endless summer.
And if you were born in winter, Carlos?
Ew, endless bummer.
What a mystery this moon is. What a
This is the tilt and match science experiment. Planets rotate at different speeds and different angles. Try to guess each planet's angle of rotation by matching it to the angle of the beach ball. To change the tilt of the ball, click on the boot. To make the ball spin, just click on it. Then, try to make a match by clicking on a planet. To change the tilt of the ball, click on... Go ahead, use the space bar to jump. Run left or right by pressing on the arrow keys. Click on the what's it if you want to quit for now. You can try again later. Take a break. ahead, use the space bar to jump. Run left or right by pressing on the arrow keys. Click on the what's it if you want to quit for now. You can try again later. Take a break. A rap by Janet. DJ Jazzy Janet.
Yeah, boy.
Janet's my name. Just call me Your Highness. I'm here to tell you about a moon called Mimas.
Mimas, Your Highness!
Mimas got a crater a third its own size, not something you'd order with a side of fries.
Boo! This isn't a rap.
Just shush your crying, shush your fuss, 'cause I'm the master rapper of the Mad School Bus!
From here, Saturn's rings look smooth and solid. But if you look closer, you can see that they're really made of dust and rocks and ice.
Did you know that Saturn's made of stuff that's lighter than water?
That means it could float if you found a big enough bathtub.
Yeah, but it would leave a ring.
A poem by Arnold. There once was a moon we called Mimas, with craters that said, "Come and climb us."
Climb us, climb us!
With mountains so high they reached to the sky, and no creepy aliens to slime us.
Cruising on down Main Street, you're feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see.
Action! Cut!
I love a ragtime melody. I love the old-time harmony. So, Mr. Piano Man, please just tickle those ivory keys.
This is the Design-O Ring science experiment. Saturn is easy to recognize because of its rings. They look solid, but actually they're made of rock, ice, and dust. Have fun designing your own rings. Whee! Click on the crank to move the dispenser into place. Click on the...
Io's great. Look at all those volcanoes. But I thought only Earth, Mars, and Venus had volcanoes.
It says here that Jupiter is bigger than all the other planets put together.
And that it's a really big ball of gas. Well, mostly gas. Just like the sun.
And if it had been bigger, it could have been a star.
That's the Great Red Spot, a hurricane as big as 3 Earths. It travels over Jupiter's surface, overtaking other storms in its way.
Here, Spot. Catch! Jupiter's named for the king of gods because it's the biggest planet.
That's right, Ralphie. And Jupiter has at least 16 moons.
This is the pack and fill science experiment. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. See how many of each of the other planets can fit inside. Click on a planet.
The atmosphere here is made of helium and is so thin that if you collected all of it from a 4-mile diameter, it would be just enough to fill a little party balloon. This planet is the fastest of all the planets. It zooms around the sun at about 100,000 miles an hour. Wahoo! I'm on the second smallest planet of all.
Phobos and Demons are the moons of Mars. Their names mean fear and panic. Where's the Martians? They should be around here someplace.
Oh, Ralphie, get real. Everybody knows Mars can't support life. You know, Mars is supposed to have a volcano that's 3 times as high as Mount Everest and as big around its base as the whole state of Missouri. That's on the other side of the planet.
Oh yeah.
this isn't green cheese.
Check this out. Earth is just beautiful from here.
Tim? You okay? In some places, moon dust is 50 feet deep. You know what the moon reminds me of?
Pizza?
No, I think of Phoebe, the Greek goddess of the moon. She's a hunter.
Now that's takeout.
Introducing the hardest working planet in the solar system. Sometimes during the year she appears as the morning star, the last star you see in the morning. And sometimes she appears as the evening star, the first star you see at night. A very talented lady and a very close personal friend. Here's Venus!
I love Venus. All the craters are named after famous women, like Amelia Earhart and Florence Nightingale.
I want a crater named after me. No, maybe 2 craters.
It says here that Venus is the brightest planet in the sky, but it's really cloudy down here.
Well, from Earth, Venus looks bright because the clouds block most of the sunlight, and it reflects away. Did you know that those clouds above us are actually sulfuric acid? A deadly poison? Ow! Ooh, I just love sulfuric acid.
Gosh, it's hot. Why does Mercury have to be the planet closest to the sun?
Yeah, we can't win on this planet. We're frying on this side, and we'd be freezing on the other.
And they're off! Mercury's first, the fastest planet in the solar system, circling the sun at more than 100,000 miles an hour. It's Venus second and Earth third.
Go! Has anyone seen a telephone? Post office? Someplace where I can read my email or pick up a fax?
Arnold, are you expecting a message?
Well, Mercury is named for the messenger of the gods, and I think I might be getting something from home.
Arnold, get a clue. You're not a god. You're just Arnold.
This is the Revolving Planets science experiment. Planets revolve around the sun at different speeds. See how the speeds of Earth and Mercury compare. Click on either planet to make it revolve. When you see a birthday cake, click on it to see how many birthdays you would have had on that planet. Have your cake and eat it too.
The atmosphere here is made of helium and is so thin that if you collected all of it from a 4-mile diameter, it would be just enough to fill a little party balloon. This planet is the fastest of all the planets. It zooms around the sun at about 100,000 miles an hour. Wahoo! I'm on the second smallest planet of all.
Woohoo! Wasn't that an adventure, class? Let's go back to the classroom and explore some more.